I'm finna transition into the Chiefs and this off-season bulletin board material we have from all of these dumbasses.
So I would just keep an eye on Kansas City. I'm on record saying they'll miss the playoffs. I know that sounds like a hot take, but if you look at the landscape, their schedule is brutal, especially compared to some of the other teams in the AFC, and several teams got a lot better, including in their division.
These real-life losers.
There were no blowouts. There were no, like, when you were like, oh, man, they're on it tonight. Look at that. They're putting a whooping on some team. Like, that just isn't what the Kansas City Chiefs have amounted to of late. You could go ahead and say, oh, it's just about wins and losses and all that stuff. We got accustomed to watching this guy at the highest level, and he ain't playing like that.
From these idiots.
I think in order to beat Patrick Mahomes, if you're in the AFC, you're Lamar, you're Josh, even Joe Burrow, like, this has become a highly emotional matchup. Like, it's hard to take him down. You got to be hardened. Sometimes, in the best way possible, you got to be like, the entire world was down and out against me, several franchises over, and Sam Darnold finally figured his business out in Minnesota last year. I'm not saying this Seahawks team is the one that could do it, but quarterback to quarterback, for some reason, I feel like Darnold could mess around and be like, I've seen worse. I've seen, like, the bottomless pit that is the machine of NFL critiques and critics, and I think Darnold could do it if anybody is. I don't know why.
I mean, these people want to see Kansas City suffer, y'all.
It's going to be so enjoyable when this team has the inevitable crash that all teams have at some point. You know, like New England had it. They rebuilt themselves, came back and won more Super Bowls. But the crash is coming. When it does blow up, and it will, because it always does, whether it's the Broncos, the Chargers, God forbid I say the Raiders, or some other team beats them for the division title, and now they're no longer guaranteed home field and an easy route or an easier route to a Super Bowl, they are not going to handle it well. Right. I am ready for the fall of the Kansas City Chiefs, like when the Roman Empire fell to the Greeks. But let's be honest. We're all rooting for their demise, aren't we?
Yeah.
Outside of Chiefs fans, obviously, I want to see them suffer.
Right.
I want to see the Kansas City
100%.
Chiefs have like a 3-win year. One of the great things about sports, and this is why we need superstars and why we need super teams, is finding a team to root against, right? Broncos fans hate the Chiefs. Raiders fans hate the Chiefs. Ravens fans, Bills fans. I hate the Chiefs, and my team stinks, right? So I am rooting openly, I don't deny it one little bit, for their demise.
Now, every year, we got to go through this in Chiefs Kingdom, hearing about the Chargers and their off-season Super Bowls. We got to hear how better Josh Allen is than Mahomes and how Mahomes is overrated, blah, 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 blah. And I just, it's annoying. And just think, we're just the fans, y'all. We're just, we have nothing invested in except emotion and money, I guess, and time. But the players, though, the players hear all of this. The clips y'all just seen, they seen them. They see it. They hear it. It's all over the locker room, bro. They know what's going on. They know how people feel about them. But to get on TV and to get on Michael Jackson's internet and continually say that Josh Allen is better than Mahomes, what football y'all be watching? Now, okay, I get the regular season. I get those wins. Fine. Okay. What have they accomplished? I'm speaking of Allen, Burrow, Jackson. Not even nobody else. What have they accomplished to make them better than Patrick LaVon Mahomes II? MVPs? Regular season wins? What? Okay. That's what you want? We in this for Super Bowls. And last time I checked, last time I counted, Patrick Mahomes has more Super Bowls than all three of those guys combined. We go through this every year, like I said. But now I'm talking about the playoffs. And every year, people get hyped up. Oh, Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the league this year. They're the best team. They're the best defense. Lamar Jackson is the MVP this year. Josh Allen, oh boy, the Bills they're finally going to get past the Chiefs this year. Man, Josh Allen is going to get it done in the playoffs finally. Oh, Joe Burrow, Burrowhead, he didn't even make the damn playoffs last year. I still consider him an elite quarterback for sure. But it's asinine because every single year when the playoffs come, when the shit really matter, when January and February football come, Patrick Mahomes is be the last one standing. Matter of fact, the Bills don't even play February football. Or the Ravens. They don't know what February football is either. The Bengals played February football one time. February football is a Super Bowl. And every year during playoff time, we got to look at y'all sad-ass faces. We got to look at y'all sad-ass, disgusting, pointless-ass tweets. Because now you're going to blame it on the refs. Now you're going to blame it on something else other than your sorry-ass team as to why they can't get past the Chiefs. Every year we go through this. Every single July and August, we got to go through this delusion because now the sun is out, so it fries your brains a little bit. I don't know. Because now all of a sudden you think that these guys and teams are better than the Chiefs. And then January and February comes around and the Chiefs be the only ones going to the Super Bowl after the Arrowhead Invitational. So that's why I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Because do y'all not look at the history of the past several years and what happened? Because you can take all the regular season stats, you can take all the regular season wins and shove them up your ass. I don't care about that. We care about Super Bowls. That's all. It's crazy how this era of Chiefs football has really changed my attitude towards football a little bit as a fan. Like preseason football, totally not interested in it anymore. I used to be totally into preseason football, but it just doesn't matter. Regular season football is slowly becoming like that with me as a Chiefs fan. Slowly. Just a little bit. Because I've seen how this team operates in a regular season. And sometimes they take teams for granted. Sometimes they play down to their competition. Because they're not trying to play their best football. They're not trying to peak in the regular season. They're trying to peak when it really matters. And when this team peaks and when this team is healthy, they're unstoppable. And we see it time and time again, year after year. And we got to hear this bullshit from everybody talking about, you know, these quarterbacks are better than Mahomes. On what planet? What planet? And then you got people like Kevin Keatsman. You got people like him wanna spill out his worthless opinion about how he thinks Mahomes is eating fast food and drinking beer and not working out and not in shape. Bro, what the you know about being in shape? There's a picture of you floating around when you at Culver's, bro. Indian style, eating a cheeseburger. While you talking about a world-class athlete, you trying to question his workout regime. Who the hell are you? Was you with him shooting in the gym? How dare you speak on something you know absolutely nothing about? That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves with just people, period. People weighing in on things they have no clue about, and they know they ain't got no clue about it, which makes you look like a f***ing clown. Like this man has proven so much before the age of 30, way more than what you've proven in your life already, and you're double his age. And you question his workout regime, you question his diet. Bro, who are you? I need you to ask yourself that before you even come out and criticize Mahomes or anybody else for that matter. Who are you to criticize anybody for anything? Because this ain't the first time that you done put your foot in your mouth. And the reason you was let go from A-10. Because you was talking shit about Andy Reid, comparing his son's issues to Tyreek Hill, talking about he's not good at fixing people. Who the f*** are you to question Andy Reid, who done turned people's lives around? Again, ask yourself, who the f are you to question anybody on anything? What have you accomplished? What have you done? And put your diet out on display and compare it to Patrick Mahomes' diet. It's the same dude who said the Royals was going to the Legends. Get the out of here, bro. The Chiefs bulletin board is full, and we are at the end of July. It's full, bro. I cannot wait for the season to start. Just when you thought Arrowhead couldn't get any louder, oh boy, you're in for a treat, Chiefs Kingdom.
Chiefs fans relish the fact that they've helped make GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium the loudest stadium in the world, but now they're excited for the opportunity to make it even louder next season.
Last year I had a guy that plugged his ears and asked me if I understood how loud I am. I'm like, do you know where you are? No, loud is what we do.
We make a difference, and we're proud of that.
Changes coming ahead of FIFA World Cup 26 means fans in the first few rows behind the visitors' sideline, including Andrea Laura and Daryl Janes, will be stomping on aluminum seats instead of concrete.
It's going to add to the noise, the cacophony of all the sound that's going on in the stadium. The average decibels that Arrowhead produces will be increased a certain amount because of these aluminum stands. So since these aluminum stands are on the visitor side, it will be much more intense for them than anyone else.
You know, the thing that I love most about this is that it is behind the visitors bench. Oh, that is gonna give them hell on the sidelines, man. Look, man, the Chiefs Kingdom on that sideline, if it's like Chiefs fans and not away fans, oh boy, they are going to be stomping the shit out of those steel rails, man. One thing that I wonder with that though, I wonder how that's going to work in the snow, because I know us in Chiefs Kingdom, like we're vets when it comes to the snow and dealing with the elements at Arrowhead Stadium. But it's gonna be a different type deal dealing with that steel, because you mess around and make the wrong move on that steel with that snow and ice, yeah, you gonna be on TikTok quick busting your ass. So I wonder how we gonna navigate that part of it. But other than that, man, with the state that's gonna add a couple more decibels to Arrowhead. Them damn steel plates are loud. Plus, this is just gonna compensate us for us losing the ability to beat on the seats, because we got the new seats now, like in Arrowhead the past 2 or 3 years. So the seats aren't the same to where we used to beat on them, and it would add a whole new dimension of sound to the stadium when, you know, Chiefs Kingdom was encouraged to get loud. So yes, damn it, we need these steel seats. We need the old school Friday Night Lights steel seats at Arrowhead to add just a little bit more sound to disrupt our opponents, because you already know the biggest opponent of this move is probably John Elway, because he was acting like a little bitch back in 1990. Chiefs Kingdom, let's take a stroll down memory lane. I know you remember this.
And the crowd, as you can tell, completely involved in the ball game, entirely different than the first half.
But at this point, he's learning against guys like Derek Thomas.
Second down, 10 and a half. Elway cannot hear. He steps away.
When you get down in that corner, Charlie,
steps away again. As a matter of fact, when this happened before in the Cleveland game, next week after the game, I saw Norma Hunt, Lamar's wife, and she said, it was so exciting that I wanted Lamar to take out a full-page ad in the Kansas City Star and thank everybody for cheering for the Chiefs. And I said, did he do it? He said, well, no, he said he took out a half-page ad.
To help lower the crowd noise. Any further crowd noise problem will result City. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ah, yes. I love it. Just more reason for me to go to the games and get hoarse on purpose so I can call in on Monday mornings on Hustle and Shine on Hot 103 Jams.
Shut up, Brian.